Stirring. Ding! The glass breaks. Little square pops out. It start gushing out like. Hi. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome, guys. Welcome, girls, and every human in between. This is the Bear With Me podcast. I'm your host, Girl Whit. Y'all. Thank y'all for rocking with me. Like, comment, subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. Bear With Me podcast, found and available on all major platforms. Let's dive into it. I had a birthday party. I have never, as an adult, I think that's a true statement. I've never thrown I take it back. I typically celebrate my birthday elsewhere, not in Houston. And 36 was the second time, because I did do a little something when I turned 32. It was cute. It was cute. It wasn't. I was sitting at my desk doing work, and I was just thinking about my birthday. I went to Essence Fest, great, but I wanted to do something here in Houston, and I had talked about it some months ago, but I was like, I don't really know what I'm gonna do, and I had this idea to have it at this place. But somehow I was at my laptop and I changed the whole game. And I was like, I'm going to do a party. I'm going to do a pool party because I'm like, it's summertime. A lot of my friends are teacher friends. They off. We finna have a pool party. So I started sending out the save the dates. All right, bet. I put together this, I sent out the dates before I went to Chicago, sometime in June before I went to Chicago. And I'm like, all right, bet. We finna have a pool party. I went to Five Below, got hella inflatables. I put together a menu, and I got this girl I didn't do a traditional cake. I actually did a banana pudding because that's one of my favorite desserts. And baby girl did her thing. Nikki So Amazing on Instagram. I'm gonna put the handle in the description and on the screen. Nikki So Amazing, she did my banana pudding. I had 2 flavors, OG or original, and then strawberry. When I tell y'all there was no more OG, there was one human went back to get banana pudding 3 times. I'm not gonna call nobody out because it was for everybody. It was to enjoy. That man was putting it up, okay? Like dollop. Enjoy. I had to put me some aside just to make sure that I had some, because if you thought I was only gonna have what I had at my birthday party, that was not enough. I needed leftovers. I also had a photo booth by the ART Group LLC. It is a Black-owned female business. They do everything from various party rental services like chairs or tables, a champagne wall. They do a 360 photo booth, a digital photo booth, and a lot of other things that they offer. Check them out, the ART Group LLC. I am so grateful for their business, and they were awesome. So both of those vendors attended my party, and then I had my food. Most of my food was catered. The meat was catered by Gatlin's, and I made the baked beans and the potato salad. And then I had my dessert by Nikki So Amazing. So when I tell y'all I had really poured into this party, I had a vision. I made a punch. My punch did. Let's start from the beginning. Let me just take y'all through the story, because that's what we're here for. Story Time Tuesday. All right. It is. Well, my party was on a Tuesday. First off, I sent out my party on a Tuesday. I made the invite for Tuesday. A lot of people was like, why you got it on a Tuesday? Aren't we all teacher friends and y'all all for the summer? Who don't want a little midweek turn up? What we talking about? Most people was down, but a couple people was like, So I sent out the invite. Some people instantly RSVP'd. Then I was like, RSVP by the 23rd, because I need a head count on how much meat to get. I'm not really seeing no RSVPs, so I sent out a little blast. I used Apple Invites. I do not recommend, because it was sending all of my invites as emails. How many people check their iCloud account? Y'all meet me in the comments. Do you check your iCloud emails? And all of the Apple invite or the notes or the blast with the updates that I was sending out, they was going to their email, not a text message like I was hoping or thought. That kind of bothered me. So I'm not really seeing the numbers increase on my RSVP. I'm like, dang, like people ain't coming to my party. I'm feeling a little bit like, I'm gonna be honest, because I feel like I support a lot of people. So a lot of people gonna support me, or I just want a lot of people to come because I want a lot of people to have a good time. So I'm feeling a little way that the RSVP ain't really VPing. So that was that. And I'm also like, I need to know how much food to purchase for people to eat. Because one thing you don't want to do is run out of food and liquor. Okay? That's that. So it is June 23rd. I still got low numbers. But then I'm also hanging out with people. I was like, are you coming to my party? And they're like, yeah, I'm going to be there. I'm going to be there. I'm like, RSVP, I need the head count. I'm going to be there. I'm going to be there. Sidebar. Now that I've planned a party, RSVPs are so crucial. Coming from a person who does not get traditional employment, that stuff matters. Every cent counts. Don't be sitting up here trying to play in my face. RSVP. So I felt a little way. So then it's June 23rd. The numbers ain't really changing. Then it's a little later. The numbers changing a little bit more. And I did procrastinate on putting in my order for the meat because I was like, I need to know. I don't want to overspend. So also, I did a tasting at this one barbecue restaurant. I went, got some food, and they was like, well, what date you looking for? And what is this? What is that? They was like, oh, we not open. Oh, we not open. I said, I didn't really came in here, done this testing, and y'all ain't even available the day I need y'all. And it was at a really good, reasonable price, like very much within, very much in a budget that I wanted. So I had to pivot and figure out another place, and I settled on Gatlin's. Cool. So it is now July 1st. I still ain't placed the order. And I'm looking at my RSVP numbers, and I was like, do I do group of 20 or do I do group of 40? Do I hope that more people just don't RSVP but show up? Or do I just go with what I know? I said, wait. We're not going for people who didn't RSVP because that's just wasteful. So I was supposed to call Gatlin's on Saturday the 5th for the party on the 8th. Didn't do it. They were closed on Sunday. They didn't open up till Monday. I'm over here like, hey y'all, can I place an order for a group of 20? Can y'all make that happen? A group pack for a group of 20, and I want this, that, and the third. They was like, yeah, we should be able to make that happen. We should be able to. I said, bet, yes, blessed. Why did I procrastinate? I don't know. I take full responsibility for procrastinating because you don't play like that. If I'm over here pressed that I'm not getting my RSVPs, I need to give Gatlin's enough time for their preparation. So we on the phone, and I got to pick 3 sides of like that was included in the package. Potato salad, dirty rice, mac and cheese, and I think it was another one. I picked potato salad for sure, and and baked beans was another option. But I was making the baked beans, so I don't need your baked beans. Oh, and the dirty rice, baked beans, mac and cheese, potato salad. Those were the 4. And then if you wanted some additional collard greens or corn, it was an additional charge. I'm like, is the dirty rice made with meat or what meat? And they was like, it's made with beef and pork. I don't eat beef or pork. I'm already giving these people meat. And so I'm like, what am I going to eat at my own party? So potato salad, okay, bet, I'll eat that. And then I got the dirty rice because I know people like dirty rice. And then I was like, well, I'll just pay the upcharge for corn. And because the greens was made with some type of pork. I'm like, bro, I can't eat nothing green. I wanted a little veggie because everybody booty holes finna be stocked up. You got meat, you got potato salad, you got pasta salad, you got baked beans, you got mud butts loading, okay? Like, when we gon', all right, let me stop. So, I placed the order. I'm on the phone with Shorty. Shorty sound cool. She really rocking me. I say, you wanna come to my party? Pull up. Here go my address. All right, so on Monday, I went to walk the pool to kind of like see where I was going to put different stuff because, I had been gone out of town. And so when I walked up to the pool, I saw a red sign said City of Houston pool closed. Red sign. On Mondays, they do be having the pool closed because it be closed for cleaning. I say, maybe this is just closed for cleaning. 11 a.m., I go to my leasing office, and I was like, yeah, I noticed that there was a pool closed sign on outside of one of the doors. Was that just because of the cleaning or the pool is closed? And they were like, oh, no, the pool is closed. We're waiting on an inspector. I said, what? Pool closed. I say, did y'all send an email for this? She said, yeah, let me pull it up. Okay, yeah, because you definitely going to need a receipt talking about what you done. They were like, we sent the email July 3rd and June 25th. Now, ain't nobody fault but mine that I didn't know the pool was going to be open. I'm nervous. But all of what was done or needed to be fixed had been fixed. They were waiting on an inspector to come out to look, validate, verify some certificate, And so I'm just like, what's taking so long from the 25th of June to the 3rd of June that it's still closed? I done already set this pool party because my RSVPs was due on the 23rd. So my pool party was already in motion well before this situation happened. And so I'm low-key feeling away because I'm like, it's my fault for not knowing that the pool was closed, but it's also y'all issue for not keeping on to this to get this timely. Y'all know people want to use the pool for July 4th. Like, why we even playing? So I was upset. So shorty, let me do a little sidebar pivot because I was running hot at 11 a.m. early. Shorty was like, do you live on one of the balconies? I said, yeah. She was like, well, which one? I say, which one? Because I don't know if you looking head on, the one on the left, the one on the right. I'm not finna sit up here and think about what's in your brain. She was like, the one with the black tarp on it? I said, yeah. She was like, they want me to fine you. Can you take that down? Who the fuck is they? Number one. Number two, you want me to do something, but you can't even do what don't cuss. You can't even do what you're supposed to do. Number one. Because let me tell y'all, their selling point or their marketing is this big old dog park that's actually a bayou basin to prevent flooding or whatever. And in the middle, there's this big swampy area. Like so swampy that Bubba went in there thinking he was in the wildlife and my dog got an ear infection. And who paid for that? I did. Clean up this dog park. And so they was like, oh, well, the landscapers got to come, but it's got to stop raining. Okay, that's fair because they can't really clean when the soil is super wet and and uproot all of that stuff. I said, when they gonna come? So then a situation was, oh, they don't really have the tools. So when you go, what you call that? What you call that when, Jesus, I'm drawing a blank. I hate when I draw a blank on here. At the end of the day, all you gotta do is outsource and contract somebody else to come up in here and take up what they need to take up. I want to use what I'm paying for. And then y'all, I told y'all that it'd be the next property over that don't have no HOA to us. They be coming and bringing in their dogs. And if they finna use that, then you need to be charging and getting your money from them. Baby girl, why I gotta stay on your back like this for you to do your job? I say, you know what? I was in there on Monday. I said, you know what? I have to remind myself what I pay for. And so because I pay less, I should expect less. And walked out of there. Just upset, heated, just walked off. Because I'm upset at y'all. Now I got to find somewhere to have this pool party. So I called my friend. I said, girl, you ain't going to believe this. She said, what's up? I said, the pool is closed. And she's like, oh, my God, what happened? So I run it through. And she was like, so what, you want to use it over here? I said, yes. She said, all right, bet, yeah, let's do it. It's where I used to live, so I'm already knowing what's up. It's 3 pools on their property. All 3, and after that, it started raining. Now I'm nervous. I look at the, what I look at? I look at the weather. Mind you, I ain't even got Twilight back from the shop yet. It is Tuesday, the day of my party, because my car was not ready on Monday after almost blowing up. If you don't know about my car blowing up, I need you to go back and watch the previous episode. But Shorty was in the what's the call? When they called me on Saturday, they was like, come check again on Monday. But my consultant Basil was not there on Monday. And then when I called on Monday to ask them about the status, they was like, well, it says here. I was like, I don't want to talk to you because you already sound like you don't know it. Ain't this stuff in the system and all you got to do is read? I digress. So I'm like, you know what? Oh, so that meant also I had to extend my rental another day to Tuesday. Oh, I'm about to get really mad about it. You got to exhale. So I'm over here like, this car has to be back by 5:30. That's prime time of my party. I need my car ready. So I called Basil at like 10 or 11, shortly either before or after I went off at my leasing office. And he was like, yeah, your car will be ready in about an hour or so. All right, bet. So now I'm supposed to pick up the food at 2. It started raining when I was finna go get my car. And I was getting ready to go get my car at 12. Yeah, that's the timeline. 12 p.m., I'm finna go get my car. We drive into Buick. It starts raining, pouring. I'm over here like, oh my God. Oh my God. I'm looking. It's raining 12. It's raining 1. It's raining 2. It's raining 3. I'm like, oh my gosh. The party started at 3, by the way. So we drive, go get my car. I go back to my apartment, and I'm like, okay, I got a little bit of time between picking up the meat and I'm going to drop off this rental, Uber back to my house. No, what was the time? I said I was going, after I got my car and came back home, I said I was going to drop off the car, the rental, Uber back to my house, load up my car, get the meat, and then go to the new location for the pool party. That's what I said I was going to do. And I had not eaten breakfast, so y'all know my nerves was beyond rattled. I was hangry. I say, eat your breakfast in between time. So I ate me something, and I was like, well, we still got a little bit of time. I said, let's make the punch. Let me tell y'all. This is, so issue number 1, what was it? I couldn't have a pool party at my apartment. Issue number 2, making the punch. I had this cute little glass punch jug bar cooler with the little spout, keep everything clean, pure, whatever like that. Poured in this tequila, a full gallon, okay? I had went to H-E-B the day before, and I had got this cherry limeade. Ooh! I was gonna slice up some limes. I had got some maraschino cherries. The punch was gonna punch. Put in the tequila, pour in 2 bottles of the cherry limeade, stirring. Ding! The glass breaks. Little square pops out. It start gushing out like, I don't know if y'all seen Free Willy, but remember when the screw was loose and then the whole glass just bust and that thing came out? Yeah, that's what happened. I'm like, I grabbed the lid, tilted sideways to like keep the liquor. I'm just standing there like, what do I do? Where am I gonna, what do I do? Got these empty bottles. So now I'm over here like, all right, the spout was on it. So I put one of the empty jugs and just drain out the liquor. And so I'm like, I'm looking at where it had cracked, but it was it didn't like shatter in a whole bunch of pieces. Only one piece came out. And I saw that little piece. So after I drained out all the liquid and put it into containers, I looked on the floor at this pool of liquor. And I was like, is this, something told me to look and touch on the floor. I felt the glass shard. I said, I can't even use this liquor. Full gallon gone. I said, what these people finna drink? And earlier, I had put in what did I do? I had sent the note, and I was just like, hey, we're changing locations. Here's the new address, but hopefully the punch will make up for it. So now people already know that there's gonna be a punch. So I had a fifth. I had bought a gallon and a fifth. And I was like, what I'm finna do with a fifth for some punch? That ain't no liquor. So then I called one of my friends, Ben. He was like, what you want? I was like, bring some liquor. Bring some tequila. Thank him so much. I love you. So I It's still raining. So I stopped with the punch. I left. I put some towels down to just absorb the punch, and I leave to go take the car to the rental. Came back to my house, and then I had to go get the meat. By this time, it's like 3 something. Yeah, it's 3:30, and I get a call from Gatlin's. They was like, "Hey, you ready for your pickup?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm on my way." And they're like, "Okay, we're just checking." And I was actually talking to the owner. And then I was like, I'm in traffic and it's raining. And I'm looking at the map. I told the people that the party was gonna start at 4. It's now 3:30. I'm not supposed to get to Gatlin's until 3:48. Why did I not leave my house right after and decide to make that punch? I don't know. Maybe I have a thing to self-sabotage. I don't know. One of my friends texted me at like 3:30, I think it was. She was like, "Hey, it's not looking like the rain gonna clear up in the next hour." I said, "Yeah, I'm thinking about that right now." So now I'm in my head. I'm panicked. First off, party's supposed to start at 4. I'm currently going to go get the meat. Second off, it's currently raining. Baby girl finna come with her photo booth, but there's no covering on all 3 pools. Where's she gonna hide this photo? Do I cancel the party or do I do it in-house at my house? I'm in the car, just confused. I say, Whit, we can't cancel that party. We can't cancel that party. They say it's gonna be some girls that's go. If you know the movie, drop it in the chat. What's the rest of the line? They say those girls coming through. They gonna do something strange for a little piece of change. So one of them said they gonna swap from the back. I'm trying to see what that be like. One of them said we gonna make them holler for $1. I ain't never had that. Yeah, if you know the movie, drop it in the chat. But anyway, I was like, I can't cancel this party. I've been communicating to some of my friends and they've been like, whatever we need to do, we can help, we can do this, whatever, Like, people were supporting me throughout that entire day. Baby girl who was bringing the banana pudding, she was like, well, whatever you need. I was like, 4. She was on her way to my house and was like, it's traffic and it's raining, so I'm gonna be there at 4:20. I said, girl, it's 4:06 and I'm still on the north side of town. Take your time. So, get to Gatlin's. Dude was like, you want something to drink? You want something? Because I started just venting to him how everything was just not working in my favor. He was like, you want something to drink? I was like, no. And I was like, if I could give a recommendation, can you have some vegetables? Can you have some sides that are not made with meat? Your dirty rice got beef and pork. Your greens got this. He was like, oh, my other restaurant, they do all turkey. I'm like, okay, I ain't know about your other restaurant, but whatever. So that was that. Head back. So by this time, I told everybody that it was now going to be indoors. And that it was going to be at the original location. And I told them that I was still wearing my swimsuit because now it's a pool house party. And so Shorty was sitting in front of my apartment complex just waiting on me because I didn't get back to my house until 4:46, I think is what he said. And she just waiting. I'm like, dang, like, she just waiting. But shout out to her again. Thank you so much. So I come in. Bring in the meats. She take out the banana pudding and everything like that. I thank her. She then even starts helping me set up and transition because now we're moving everything inside. On my way home, I'm thinking about how the art group is going to set up the photo booth area. I had to break down Bubba Crate, move that somewhere, flush this all the way to the side. Like, ultimately, the setup ended up being really, really nice. Like, I really, really enjoyed how it all came together. Friends started coming in. Friends got ice for me because I was on my way back to my house and it was like, do you need anything? I was like, I need some ice because I needed ice to keep the water cool, but I also needed ice for the punch or when people make drink. And it was just, yeah. So people started coming in and it was about 20 people in that hole. And I had got the group of 20. I don't know if I said it, but I ended up getting a group of 20 because people... Why did one person reach out to another person and be like, hey, you going to Whit's party? Why are you not asking me? And like, no, it was like, are you still going, is she still having her party? It's supposed to rain. Why you not answering? Why you acting like we don't got each other number? You could ask me like, hey, are you still having your party? Also, you didn't even RSVP. Come on now. You didn't even RSVP. Why are you asking someone else if I'm still having my party? I'm getting day of people like, hey, I didn't want to say yes or maybe. You should have said maybe. Then I would have, but I already knew that they kind of wasn't coming away. It was, ladies and gentlemen, if I could just let y'all know, please RSVP for parties. Do the hosts a big solid by saying if you are or are not going to be there. If you know you more so on the not, don't show up. Then one person They was like, when they was like, I ain't gonna RSVP, but I'm gonna be there, I'm gonna be there, I'm gonna be there. I then was like, hey, is your brother coming? She texted her brother. He was like, what day? I said, don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it. She was like, it's today. He was like, oh shit. Really? Are you serious right now? You swore up and down to me at the party we was at before that you was coming. You was coming. You was coming. I'm done with it. Because he did end up showing up. Cool beans. All right. Party is in flow. Everything is having a good time. I forgot to blow up all of them inflatables because those was going to be props for the photo booth that we ended up having, but I couldn't find my air pump. That was another And I have bought prizes for games. First to leave, first to arrive, 3 games, and then last to leave. So there were 5 prizes for people to get. And so, yeah. So one of the games, so we couldn't do none of the pool games because we had no space. We wasn't in no pool. So, but one of the games was a Kahoot, and half the guest list were teachers or educators. So I say, everybody take out your phones, go to Kahoot. Oh my gosh. Now we're running into tech issues because Shorty ain't been in the classroom in forever in a day. So I forgot how Kahoot really works. I'm thinking they're going to be able to see the question and the answers and everything that I see. We now got to project on the screen. I just want to give a shout out to a friend, a collaborator, tech savvy. Like, oh my gosh, saved the day. Saved the day. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Because you got to have some level of entertainment when you're having a party, something. And I done bought these prizes. I done wrapped them up. Like, yeah, we need this. Save the day. So the Kahoot was basically a quiz about Whit and all these different questions. Shorty ain't done a Kahoot in forever. That's number 1. Number 2, the formatting structure, like what gave credit and what didn't give credit, multi-select, true or false. Like, I ain't made a quiz in so long, so there were errors on my behalf. I own that. Ladies and gentlemen, I am sorry, okay? I'm sorry. So we get to this one question. The question is, what is a common phrase that Whit says? Let's give it a swirl. Tell a friend and tell a friend. That's it right there. And I forgot the other one. And so two of those choices were correct. Tell a friend and tell a friend, let's give it a swirl. And then that's it right there was not correct when I created the quiz. When I tell y'all, people went up about that question, people went up. Allegedly, I say that's it right there a lot. I didn't even notice that I say that. Because one of my friends, they was like, no, you do be saying that when you be doing your coffee. You say that's it right there. And I was like, I do. And they was like, yes. And then they was like, you don't never say let's give it a swirl. I said, yes, I do. I do say let's give it a swirl on my Coffee With Me highlights on my Instagram. And then I had another trick question. I said, what's the name of Whit's podcast? And so one option was Bear It All, Bear With, W-H-I-T-H, Bear Wit, W-I-T, and Bear Wit, like we see here, with me. When I tell you people click so quick and then they caught it at the end, I said, yeah, all y'all not paying attention. Bear Wit, me, my name, that's the brand. So I caught a couple of people up. Then another question that I caught them up on was, what days do new episodes release? Oh, and I caught them up on my favorite color. People's like, pink is not your favorite color? I'm like, yes, it is. Pink is in my logo. Every outfit in my 30s has been pink for my birthday. Pink is my first favorite color, then purple, then yellow, then pink, purple, yellow, green, orange, blue, or whatever. I used to say rainbow, but then people was like, the rainbow ain't a color. And I'd be like, whatever. But yeah, the quiz was really fun because it got a lot of conversation. And it also just let me know or showed to me just how many people do pay attention to me, and how much they know me more than I think that I know about myself. There was another question, I ain't gonna really talk about it, but it was just like nicknames that I give people. And so that was funny. But the quiz, I'm glad that we had the quiz and that like we fought through the tech issues, because that was a really good element of the party. Music, people was taking shots, just conversation, just like a really good time. A lot of people was like, oh my God, I had so much fun. And so then it came time for the birthday song or cake or pudding. So I brought it out. Your girl had 13. Your girl had 36 candles on her cake or on her pudding, because I had 2 pans, 18 on one, 18 on the other, and then I had a 3 and a 6. Don't ask me why I was like, I want 36 candles. It just sounded cool. It sounded very me. And it was so awesome. I will never forget that moment where I want to say happy birthday to you. I wanted that, but we couldn't find it fast enough. And so they actually just sang it a cappella. And I was just standing and I was just looking at everybody. And I just felt so much love. My eyes are about to start sweating now. Relax. I just felt so much love and it felt so good to be supported and appreciated. And now I'm really gonna cry. It was in that moment that I realized how much the friendships and the relationships that I've built here in Houston, how they've really been formulating. Ooh, girl, and they failed. Shit. Okay, I'm back. Y'all know I'm a emote. Okay, if it's one thing you can guarantee, she gon' emotes. But bear with me. Anyway, so in that moment, it was awesome. Just being able to feel support, to see support. Like everybody still showed up. Like people was like, we're gonna have this party. When I was calling people and just upset and frustrated, they was like, still have this party. And while I was in the party, all of the frustrations that I had felt earlier, like when I tell y'all at 3:48 I was ready to cancel, but I said we just gonna move it at my house, in my house. And it was so crazy because early that morning, I'm cleaning up my house. Why am I cleaning up my house if we finna be at the pool? And if they gotta use the bathroom, they using the clubhouse. Oh, because the universe already knew that it was gonna end up being this and just needed to just have me move in a way that I was really unaware of at the time. But like, it was a great time. I really, really enjoyed my birthday. So 30 sick of me. Everything is always working out for me. That is a phrase that I have said for a while, and it continues to hold itself true. She about to start crying again. We finna wrap it up. The next episode that we have is going to be about how I'm in this seat, in this studio with Reminiscent Road Media. You need to know how we got here. Also, I don't know I can't remember the timeline off the top of my head. Things is coming, like I told y'all when I was in Chicago in that episode, things are just really moving in a way greater than I envisioned, and I'm just super grateful. And the theme of 36 was that 30 sick of me. But between my birthday dinner not being what I wanted it to be, but everything I needed it to be, and then my party not going how I wanted it to go, but it being everything that I needed to be. The new theme for 36 is I'm always where I'm supposed to be. And yeah, we're here. Wrap it up because we got to close out. Stop it, okay? Stop it. Y'all seen Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs? When Buddy was like, he was finna cry. He was like, get back up there. And he like sucked up the tear from falling. That's what I wish I could do. If I had a superpower, it would be that. All right. As always, no, back it up. What they need to do with like, comment, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. Bear With Me podcast. Wishing you love, light, laughter, and everything in between. Until next time.